Links in the description. If you do like the video, do like, comment, subscribe, share as you see fit. I do try to make a video on the same day that an article is published, perhaps the day after. This has just been published a few hours ago, as far as I'm aware, certainly today, and I've not really been able to give the subject any research. As such, I'm not in a position to give any definitive opinion. My opinion is very much a knee-jerk based on the minimum information that I've garnered from both this article as well as one dated 2019. So I'm going to read through this first article just to give you a very quick gist. It's in regards to the sentencing of Rogel Aguilera-Mederos, who's received a sentence for 110 years following an accident which led to the death of 4 people, if I understand correctly. He was driving a semi-trailer, if I understand correctly, which crashed accidentally, but it led to the death of 4 people. He's had various charges made against him, to which he's been found guilty of many of those charges, and the accumulative minimum sentences of those multiple charges are such that he's been sentenced 110 years. Now, a lot of people feel that that's completely inappropriate. A lot of people feel that he's innocent, that it was a mechanical failure, not due to his fault, and the accident was unavoidable. He was in the wrong place at the wrong time, essentially. So many people believe that he's not a criminal. I don't know. I'm not really in a position to make a judgment. I don't feel that I've got enough facts about that to make a judgment. Either way, condolences to the family of all of the deceased, all of the injured, everyone involved. But let's have a look through the article. 3 million sign a petition for truck driver given 110 years in deadly pileup. He's not a criminal. Millions of people have signed an online petition asking the state of Colorado to reduce the sentence of a man who was given 110 years in prison for crashing into traffic on a highway in Denver that led to a fiery 28-car pileup that killed 4 people. On Monday, 26-year-old Rogel Aguilera-Mederos was sentenced after he was found guilty in October and convicted on vehicular homicide and 23 other charges. In April 2019, Aguilera-Mederos was driving a semi-tractor trailer traveling at 85 miles per hour when the brakes failed, he told investigators at the time. He tried to pull over to the shoulder to avoid stopped traffic, but another semi had already stopped there, according to an arrest affidavit. The other 23 charges included 6 counts of assault in the first degree, extreme indifference. Personally, I don't know what's meant by extreme indifference in this context. 10 counts of attempt to commit assault in the first degree, extreme indifference. 2 counts of vehicular assault, reckless. 1 count of reckless driving, and 4 counts of careless driving causing death. Aguilera-Mederos was sentenced to the minimum time available to him on all counts to be served consecutively, which totals 110 years, said Colorado Judicial Department spokesperson Rob McCallum. The petition, titled Offer Commutation as Time Served or Grant Clemency to Rogel Aguilera-Mederos, has garnered more than 3 million signatures on change.org, a popular petition website. According to the description, the petition was created by a woman from Colorado who claims she has no relation to Aguilera-Mederos and is simply a supporter. During a sentencing hearing on Monday, Colorado District Court Judge A. Bruce Jones said he was bound to the mandatory minimum sentencing laws in the state. Here's a quote from that gentleman, Judge A. Bruce Jones. Colorado law requires courts to sentence most individuals convicted of certain categories of crimes to a mandatory minimum period of incarceration. There will be an appeal as to the facts and mistakes made in the trial, said the attorney, James Colgan. The issue with this appeal will not be the sentence itself. Under the law, the court was not incorrect. However, the law as written is barbaric and draconian. There needs to be a change in the law. The petition goes on to say, Rogel has said several times that he wishes he had the courage to crash and take his own life that day. This tragic accident wasn't done with intent. It wasn't a criminal act. It was an accident. So again, I don't know enough about this case, this situation, to make a definitive statement on it. I mean, if I just go with what I'm reading here, it seems that the brakes failed, that he wasn't in a position to go onto the hard shoulder because there was already a semi-trailer there. It seems like, you know, he's stating that there was no intent to crash, that it was an accident. So it seems like he's been in the wrong place at the wrong time. Now, again, seeing as I don't know all the information, perhaps he was negligent in one way or multiple ways. You know, perhaps he could have avoided an accident if he were to have been paying more attention. I don't know. So I don't know enough, but I've just quickly looked at this second article, which again I'll put the links in the description. 5 facts that you need to know about the subject, and one of the facts is that police say that they don't believe Aguilera-Mederos intentionally caused the crash. Okay, so just because it's not intentional doesn't mean he should get away scot-free necessarily. It could have been due to negligence. He could have just been playing Monopoly whilst driving the semi-trailer. I shouldn't be facetious, I apologize. But, you know, perhaps he wasn't paying due attention. I don't know. If he was paying due attention, if this was merely an accident which he had no control over, if it was due to the failure of brakes, which, you know, he would have no control over, then yeah, it seems to me that it's a ridiculous, draconian sentence and ought to be addressed. You know, I don't think it's right to end a young man's life just because the laws haven't been adequately amended as they ought to have been. You know, why should one young man's life be destroyed on the basis of the incompetency of the local government concerned?